we look at the 5 biggest ways the show strayed from the MCU. One of the most significant departures from the MCU occurred with Phil Coulson's resurrection. In the MCU, Coulson's death in the Avengers was a pivotal moment that united the team. However, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Coulson is brought back to life through a secret SHIELD project called Tahiti. This storyline was never acknowledged in the MCU films, creating a major inconsistency between the show and the movies. Coulson's resurrection allowed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to develop its own narrative arc, further distancing it from the MCU. One of the most significant ways Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. diverged from the MCU was in its response to major events in the films. While the show initially followed the repercussions of events like Captain America, The Winter Soldier, which revealed Hydra's infiltration of S.H.I.E.L.D., its later seasons ignored major MCU events. For instance, the show made no mention of the Infinity War snap, which wiped out half of the universe's population. This disconnect further isolated the show from the main MCU narrative. As Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. progressed, it delved into alternate realities and timelines, most notably in its final season, where the team jumped between different timelines. This narrative choice allowed the show to explore unique storylines that didn't have to align with the MCU's established canon. The introduction of the framework and the alternate timeline where Hydra had won further emphasized the show's departure from the MCU's central timeline. While the MCU introduced the concept of Inhumans through the Terrigen Mist in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show's deep dive into Inhuman lore became a major storyline that was never acknowledged in the films. Despite ABC's decision to cancel the Inhuman series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. continued to explore the Inhuman society, powers, and politics, effectively creating its own mythology separate from the broader MCU. As the MCU expanded into television with shows like WandaVision and The Falcon and The Winter Soldier on Disney+, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. remained completely separate. There were no crossovers or references to these new shows, reinforcing the idea that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. existed in its continuity apart from the current MCU developments. In the end, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. evolved from a direct MCU tie-in to a series with its own distinct narrative, characters, and timelines. These changes allowed the show to explore new creative avenues, but also distanced it from the shared universe that initially birthed it. Hydra always comes back. Cut off ahead. 2 more will take its place. Thanks for watching.